Hello, and welcome to this week's Penn Energy News Update. On behalf of our generous sponsor, Deloitte Center for Energy Solutions, who made this broadcast possible, I'm Hilton Price. Total has announced the gas release from the Elgin platform in the North Sea has been stopped. A dynamic kill operation was successful in using heavy mud to stem the flow of gas from the G4 well. It is the first stage in the process to permanently seal the well. Monitoring will now take place over the next few days to assess the success of the operation. After that, work can begin to permanently plug and abandon the well. UK Energy Minister Charles Hendry commended Total for stopping the leak and said the company had worked closely with the British government to resolve the situation quickly and with as little impact on the environment as possible. Nigeria continues to lose a dramatic portion of its oil production to theft, according to the country's finance minister. He said the country's state oil company lost 17% of its oil production last month. The type of theft is called oil bunkering, when thieves tap into an oil pipeline and either sell the oil or produce crudely refined petroleum products. It was once a crippling problem for the country's oil industry, but was dramatically reduced with a 2009 amnesty declaration. Still, Royal Dutch Shell reports losing as much as 7.5% of its daily oil production and never less than 2%. Reuters reports that Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan is unlikely to take action because many of the people managing the country's oil industry are close political allies. The Ukrainian government intends to increase investment in natural gas exploration and production in an effort to encourage energy independence. The country's prime minister says Ukraine has already drawn interest from several major energy companies, including 2 new contracts with Royal Dutch Shell and Chevron Corporation, as well as upcoming negotiations with ExxonMobil. One drilling rig is scheduled to deploy in the Black Sea this month. The prime minister hopes the country could increase its natural gas production by as much as 25% over the course of the next 3 years. Right now, Ukraine relies on Russia for around 2/3 of its natural gas consumption, but the country features the 3rd largest shale gas reserves in Europe at around 1.2 trillion cubic meters. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski is questioning the EPA's expansion of a study of hydraulic fracturing beyond what was authorized by Congress. Murkowski asked EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson if the agency was prejudging the findings of the study. The question was prompted in part by a previous case in which EPA seemed to blame the process of hydraulic fracturing in natural gas production for water contamination. Murkowski suggested the agency submit any study on hydraulic fracturing to a peer review before releasing it. The senator said the agency has a responsibility to protect public health, but it must be done in a way free of particular ideology or hidden agenda. API President and CEO Jack Gerard said the Obama administration's report on idle oil and natural gas leases is a political ploy designed to distract American voters from the administration's failed energy policy. He says the administration is focusing on idle leases to divert attention away from attempts to restrict oil and natural gas development. He says some of the leases considered idle by the administration are simply in the process of seeking approvals or permits. He cited instances where the administration approved leases after a 4-year permitting delay. Gerard says the oil and natural gas industry is exploring leases as quickly as possible. He says since 2000, the industry has invested more than $2 trillion in U.S. capital projects to advance all forms of energy, including alternatives. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and more, head to pennenergy.com.